Yeah, I would totally wear this if I was a boss. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we are going to be talking about the film The Boss, starring Melissa McCarthy. For some reason I decided to dress up in a suit coat and do this review. So we're going to do that. As I said, this film stars Melissa McCarthy. I last saw her in the film Spy and I really enjoyed that film. That film made my top 10 films of the summer and I just really enjoyed it, found it hysterical. So this is the next thing I see her in, and I have high expectations, and so let's see how it went. One thing that I did really enjoy about this film is Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Bell's chemistry, because they work really well. It starts out with Kristen Bell being Melissa McCarthy's assistant, and she wants this raise because she has a daughter that she's raising as a single parent. And eventually, Melissa McCarthy's character, she gets sent to 5 months in prison for insider trading, and then she gets out, she's broke, and she has to restart a new business. And that's generally our movie. The chemistry between these two characters just works really well because they start out not really liking each other that much, not having a whole lot of respect for each other, and then by the end of the movie, you just see the progression flow and them kind of their relationship makes sense. The film though is very predictable in regards to how it does progress, because you can kind of assume how this whole thing is going to play out, where some betrayals and twists are going to be, and how this whole thing is eventually going to wrap up roughly. And so that was a little bit of a disappointment, is that it was so damn predictable, but it doesn't really hinder it as much as it actually could. Part of that is because the film is actually really funny for the most part, and this helps to have a good audience that you're sitting in as well, because just a lot of these jokes just hit very nicely. There are obviously jokes that were in the main trailer, but there are a lot of jokes which are not shown in the main trailer, and I really liked seeing that, because a lot of times these days comedies show every single good joke that they have in their trailer, and then they have nothing left for the actual film besides those jokes, and so it's kind of a disappointment. And it worked really nicely in this film. Peter Dinklage is in this film out of nowhere. He was not shown in any trailer, so when he showed up at the beginning of this movie as essentially the villain of the movie, I was very surprised to see him, and I just figured he was going to have this one little cameo and then be gone. He actually has a significant role in the movie, and so I was pleasantly surprised seeing him. He must just be able to do a lot of these movies, just these random really ridiculous comedies, because he's in a lot of these ridiculous comedies, plays these really weird characters, just because he's making bank off the Game of Thrones as the main character of that show, essentially. And so it must be nice to just be able to do whatever you want when you're off Game of Thrones season. One thing which also helped the film is that it is actually very well paced. The progression just moves really nicely. It fits into its about hour and 40-minute time frame very well. It kind of wraps up everything, throws in jokes. Nothing really feels that unnecessary. There's maybe a twist at the end, which ultimately wasn't very necessary, I guess, but it helps with the progression and everything. One thing that I did really enjoy, and I'm just going to point out quickly, it's a small thing, but it's the opening credits of the film. And one thing that I liked is because we saw the origins of Melissa McCarthy's character. We see her growing up, see that she had never really had a family that wanted to take her in. She never really appreciated family, and she eventually saw having a family as a burden and being weak, and she used that to her advantage to eventually gain power and money and wealth and everything. And then we see her at this basically big convention where she's got a sold out stadium, and she's basically giving a big presentation, which is just ridiculously big and kind of cool. And then we see the opening credits start going out, and it just worked really well, and it's just something which stuck out to me in just regards to how that was well edited. But guys, despite the film being widely predictable, I actually found myself enjoying The Boss quite more than I was expecting to. I think it's a fun, funny movie, and I think that if you go into it with not the highest expectations in the world, you're gonna end up having a fun time, and I think it's a fun movie to go see. Melissa McCarthy is actually pretty good in it. Kristen Bell, I haven't seen on screen for a while. Like, she was in Frozen, obviously, as the voice of Anna, but that's the last I've actually heard her in a movie for a while. So it's nice to see her on screen again. Peter Dinklage is also just strange as usual with his characters, and I just really enjoyed the movie. So guys, those are my thoughts on The Boss. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like the film as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, great people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.